I still remember the first few seconds. No explanation, no setup, just silence and impact. Don't really know what happened yet. Don't even know where you are. There's this feeling that something has already gone wrong and you're just stepping into the aftermath. The game doesn't stop to explain itself. It lets the moments sit there. And from that point on, you move forward because you want to understand what you just survived. There's no one guiding you here, no voice telling you what to do, no clear objective pushing you forward. You're alone, trying to make sense of what just happened. You see a lighthouse in the distance, and with it being the only option left, you swim towards it and then head inside. You move deeper into the lighthouse, not really knowing what you're about to find. The place feels abandoned, quiet, and then you come across a statue with a man on it. It doesn't explain itself, doesn't tell you what to think, just leaves you with a message. No gods, no kings, only man. Don't fully understand what it means yet, but you can tell this place was built on an idea. Only after that do you finally see how you're meant to go down. Small submarine waiting beneath the lighthouse. You step inside and it starts to descend. The surface disappears, the light fades, and whatever this place is, you're already committing to seeing it through. As the submarine starts to descend, you're finally shown what's been hiding beneath the surface. Outside the glass, a city slowly comes into view. An underwater metropolis built deep beneath the ocean. This is where you learn its name, Rapture. As you go down, you see parts of the city pass by. Lights in the distance, buildings stretching into the dark. You can even spot sea life drifting past the window. It feels unreal, like something that shouldn't exist, but somehow does. And when you finally arrive, you immediately realize that something is wrong. You see a man in distress. Before you can even understand what's happening, a creature attacks and kills him, right in front of you. You're still trying to process what you just saw when the creature climbs onto the submarine and tears into it. And only after that, you're finally let out, stepping directly into Rapture. And once things finally go quiet, you start seeing the signs everywhere. Warnings, protests, messages left behind by people who are already losing faith. You don't need anyone to explain to you. The city is already doing that. And so you keep moving, taking in what's left around you. Broken lights, flooded floors, not looking for answers yet, just trying to understand where you are and what this place has become. And that's when the game makes something clear. You don't really get the option to avoid fights. This place pushes you into them. You're still figuring things out, how the weapons feel, and how enemies move, and how much damage you can actually take. And already you're being forced to defend yourself. Combat doesn't feel empowering here, it feels necessary. You're not fighting because you want to, you're fighting because standing still isn't an option. Every encounter feels a little messy, a little uncomfortable. That pressure sticks with you even in quieter moments between fights. And as you move deeper into Rapture, you start seeing things that don't make sense at first. You come across a little girl, standing over a dead body, calmly injecting it with a needle. You get closer, trying to understand what you're looking at, and then before anything can really register, something attacks her from behind. And there's a sudden noise, a deep, metallic screech echoing through the room, and that's when it steps in. A massive figure in what looks like an old diving suit, a heavy drill where an arm should be. It doesn't hesitate, it tears through the attacker and stands between you and the girl. It's your first real introduction to a big daddy. They're not just enemies, they're protectors. Those little girls are called little sisters, children out here to collect a powerful resource, scattered throughout the city. And the big daddies exist for one reason, to make sure nothing gets near them. And that's when you start hearing about Adam, a substance that everyone in Rapture seems obsessed with. It's what allows people to change themselves, to gain abilities they were never meant to have. It's also what pushed the city over the edge. And after that moment, you start seeing Rapture's inhabitants differently. Most of the enemies you face aren't monsters in the traditional sense, they're people, or at least what's left of them. And then you reach places like this, a medical space that was once meant to help people, now it's something else entirely. The work here didn't stop when the city collapsed, it just went into a different direction. You can see how obsession took over, how the idea of fixing people turned into something twisted. It's one of the first moments where Rapture doesn't just feel dangerous, it feels wrong.
Exactly.
And that feeling carries over into every encounter that follows. Some of the enemies charge at you without hesitation, just trying to kill you. Others hang back, trying to pick you off at range with revolvers and grenades and such. Every encounter feels unpredictable, not because they're tactical, but because they're unstable. It makes combat feel like less of a test of skill, and more like trying to survive a place that's already lost control. You remember how I mentioned big daddies and little sisters earlier, right? Well, after a big daddy falls, the choice ends up in your hands. You're given a decision. You can sacrifice the little sister to gain more Adam, or you can save her and get a little less. What I really like about this is that the game doesn't spell everything out for you. It doesn't stop and say, do this to get a good ending. You're just asked to make the choice and live with it. And those kinds of decisions are what makes the story feel more personal and a lot more memorable.
Thank you.
What makes BioShock stick with you isn't just one mechanic or one big moment. It's how everything slowly builds on top of each other. The city you're moving through, the choice you're asked to make, the way the world reacts, or it doesn't. Nothing feels random. You start realizing that the game isn't just telling a story at you, it's letting you exist inside of it. You're not constantly pulled out of the experience, you're not stopped every few minutes to be explained to. Instead, you're left to piece things together on your own. And because of that, a lot of what BioShock does sits in the back of your mind, even after you stop playing. It's less about remembering specific events, and more about remembering how it felt to move through a place like this. Thank you for watching till the end of the video, and have a nice day.